Hey guys, this is Jamie Tallulah, and I am here for an addendum review for this Cut and Boss by Teresa Collins. Yesterday I put up a video. Let me show you. Go ahead and see this thing. Yesterday I put up a video of me playing with this for the first time and an unboxing. Well, in reverse order, obviously. And my previous review was a kind of review for this product. Okay. Number one, I was having issues with cutting my detailed dies, okay, with the detailed dies, as well as, the instructions and so forth. So I want to thank a viewer who left a sandwich combination, and I'm hoping I'm not mispronouncing it, and I'm going to put it up here on the screen, and if she has a YouTube channel, I'm going to put it down below. It's missbukii, I think is how you pronounce her name. She wrote in the comments that she had a cutting sandwich that worked for all her thin dies that she had. Okay, so I want to go back and review that with you and show you that. But I also have an additional tip or information. Okay, so let me go ahead and do that. The sandwich that she proposed is to put the D plate on the bottom. So you have your D plate. Then to put your B plate, your Craftwell B plate. Then to put your magnetic plate and then your metal plate. So there's the magnet and then the metal. All right. And then to put the A plate that you're cutting. So here would be my A plate. And I'm putting mine upside down because I cut on this side. All right. So this would be the cutting blade, or the mat that's actually going to cut the plate. I do not have an empty die real quick, but the next thing she said to do was to do your paper layer, okay? And then on top of that, this isn't a die, but pretend it's a die. Then put your die cut blade down. That was the sandwich she suggested. And then over top of it, you would put your A plate, okay? Now, this is not in the instructions that come with the Cut and Boss. And this is a pretty terrible set of instructions, okay? Yeah, so these instructions do this machine no justice. Now, that doesn't mean I've changed my rating from an machine to fabtabulous. It just means that I am glad that this worked. So thank you, missbukii, because I will show you the dies. I cut out this die, and you can see it's a Downton Abbey die by Crafter's Companion, and it did an excellent job of cutting it as far as the crispness. Now there's some of these pieces that you have to poke out, okay? So it did do a crisp job of cutting it. These are some diamond dies, gears, and it did a much better job of cutting these. One of the issues I had was with the Gina Marie dies. This is one of them. I did it in blue for a project, and hopefully you can see that it did a much better job of cutting it. Let me see, do I have this? Let me look at this paper for you. So with this sandwich that missbukii proposed and uses, it does a much better job. Now the embossing still isn't great. You can see it a little bit there, but it's a much, much better job with the sandwich that she suggested, which is not in the instructions, right? Okay. And then here's this Gina Marie squirrel, which is very intricate. It has all these pieces, okay? All right, so that being said, this one is a spellbinder. Here's one that got slightly embossed. It's a Doris, so you can see that. This was a Prima, so it cut that. Yeah, so I think that's all the brands that I went over. Oh, sorry, y'all. Give you the heebie-jeebies and the shaky shakes. Now, okay, so with this sandwich, it does a much better job of cutting. Excellent, excellent as far as that goes. Here's the problem, though, with this sandwich, which, leaves more to be desired on this product here. With the sandwiches that they propose in the instructions, you only mess up one A plate. Okay, so you can see this has been cut. I'm hoping you can see that. Can you see that? So you can see all of the cut marks. Okay. With having to do the sandwich this way instead of according to the instructions, you also mess up your other A plate. If you could see, I don't know how, it's kind of hard to get acrylic stuff to show up, but I don't know if you could see that. But if you can, I think you can, you will notice some slight cut marks and divots and so forth from the dies. So whereas you only would mess up one A plate, having to do the combination this way, you end up messing up two, which means you have to buy another pack. This leads me to my additional point. This is not a workhorse machine, okay? You guys, if you've been watching my videos at all, you know I cut crazy amounts of stuff. This is the result of cutting from yesterday. You will notice that the plate is already bowed, okay? And this is when it was turned this way, and they say to rotate it. So it's been rotated, okay? And I actually cut it a couple times the other way. So it's been rotated. Now, in a big shot, this little amount of bowing would be no big deal, you know. In the Cuttlebug, not really a big deal. In this machine, trying to get this to, you know, go through is like you have to apply pressure of your own to get it to go through the machine, and then sometimes it still doesn't go through the machine. It stops about halfway where the bow is. And then trying to turn it over, which is what I was also doing last night, trying to, you know, work it the other way, is very difficult, which means it's difficult to get it through the machine. So this is just one day of cutting for me. Okay. This to me, and the fact that it messes up your other A plate, still not a wonderful rating. Okay. So that's how I see it. Now, if you have issues with your hands and so forth like that, or arthritis, okay, I think this would be a good machine for you. If you don't cut very much, okay, so this is about half of what I cut yesterday. Okay, to me, this is not a lot. This is barely scratching the surface of what I would cut in a day or 2 days. So to me, this is not a workhorse machine. So if you're only going to do a couple projects at a time, or, you know, you're doing enough projects, or you're doing something simple like circles or something like that, I think this would still be a good machine. Would I go back and purchase it again with this new sandwich from missbukii for the $60? Yes. So if you've been wanting this machine and you think it's going to work for you and you like it and you're willing to sit there and fiddle and fuddle and buy extra plates and yada 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 and figure out the sandwiches because the instructions are terrible, then go ahead and get it. Okay. If you're on the fence and you're like, I don't know, I don't really have the $60 to spend, or you've already have machines that fit your needs, it's a toss-up. Okay. I think I said in the other video, for the $60, and I actually paid $50 because of my teacher discount. So for $50, I would keep the machine, I would use it, yada yada. I would even buy it as a present for somebody for $50. Anything more than that, or like the $59.99 clearance, I would not. So wonderful sandwich, missbukii. Love the sandwich. It actually cuts. Is this a workhorse machine? I would say no. So my rating would still be, it's in the middle. It's a machine I could do without, but since I have it, might as well use it. Okay. So hopefully that adds some other information. And, you know, if you have some suggestions or you have different sandwich combinations that you would like me to talk about or that you use or anything like that, you can go ahead and leave a comment below. And then don't forget to go, I don't know if she has channels and posts videos, but if she posts videos, I'll leave that link. So thank you all for watching again and have a good day. Go die cut something.